The top stories tonight in Y News. The Philippines and Vietnam agreed to enhance cooperation between their coast guards and to prevent untoward incidents in the South China Sea. The Armed Forces of the Philippines denies China's statement regarding the alleged temporary special arrangement for rotation and resupply missions involving Filipino soldiers stationed at the Ayungin Shoal. A group pushing for a people's initiative to amend the Constitution admits coordinating with congressmen and House Speaker Romualdez to gather the needed signatures for the movement. And explore why Israeli intelligence is accusing some UNRWA employees of participating in abductions and killings during the October 7 raid that triggered the Gaza war. Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Tuesday, January 30, 2024. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. I am Marvi Delphine. We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring sensors nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Mavian Dog. First in the news. The Philippines and Vietnam have announced their commitment to strengthen cooperation between their coast guards and to prevent untoward incidents in the South China Sea. This announcement was made during a state visit by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Nel Maribuhok reports.
On the final day of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in Hanoi, Vietnam, there were significant agreements signed between the two countries, particularly in the agriculture sector and issues concerning the South China Sea. Among those signed include the Memorandum of Understanding on Rice Trade Cooperation, Understanding on Incident Prevention and Management in the South China Sea, Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation in Agriculture and Related Fields, Memorandum of Understanding between the Philippine Coast Guard and the Vietnam Coast Guard on Maritime Cooperation and Cultural Cooperation Program. Under the Rice Trade Pact, Vietnam agreed to a 5-year trade commitment to supply rice through its private sector. The agreement involves an annual quantity of 1.5 million to 2 million metric tons at a competitive and affordable price. On incident prevention and management in the South China Sea, the two nations agreed to enhance coordination regarding maritime issues bilaterally within the ASEAN and with other dialogue partners. Both sides intensified efforts to promote trust, confidence, and understanding through dialogue and cooperative activities. In the bilateral meeting between President Marcos and Vietnamese President Vo Van Thuong, BBBM recognized Vietnam as a strategic partner of the Philippines in the ASEAN region. The President expects that the relationship between the two countries will be further strengthened.
While maritime cooperation is the foundation of our strategic partnership, our bilateral relations have spanned various areas of cooperation, such as defense, trade, agriculture, and culture, among others. As we continue to face new challenges, we are also presented with a vast number of opportunities for cooperation.
President Marcos reaffirmed the Philippines' commitment to work with Vietnam in protecting both Filipinos and Vietnamese, including addressing human trafficking in the region. This effort is part of the two countries' initiatives to promote closer ties among their peoples. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue, we serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines categorically denied China's statement regarding the alleged temporary special arrangement for rotation and resupply missions involving Filipino soldiers stationed at the Ayungin Shoal. It was emphasized that no permission from any country is required for the Philippines to conduct rotational and supply missions in the area. The AFP underscored their commitment to maintaining operations within the exclusive economic zone of the country. particularly at the Ayungin Shoal, where the BRP Sierra Madre is stationed.
Again, LT-57 BRP Sierra Madre is a commissioned vessel of the Philippine Navy. It is in Ayungin Shoal or Second Thomas Shoal, which is a low tide elevation within our EEZ. We have sovereign rights on the waters adjacent to LT-57 Second Thomas Shoal. The Philippine Navy in particular and the AFP in general does not need to seek any permission from any power, any foreign power. We could sail and fly in support of our constitutional mandate.
This declaration aligns with China's recent claim, suggesting a temporary special arrangement, a claim that has been refuted by the National Security Council.
The presence of foreign warships, multi-militia or Chinese Coast Guard is a product of different factors that includes their operational tempo, that includes the weather in the area, that includes their projection in the West Philippine Sea.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines reiterated that their rotational and resupply missions will persist in the Ayungin Shoal and other occupied features in the West Philippine Sea, despite reports of an alleged increase in the presence of Chinese vessels in the area.
It's really not alarming in terms of the numbers, but what we are really concerned about is their actions towards our own troops. So we keep on repeating that, of course, we will always look out for the welfare of our troops on the contested waters.
Former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that fentanyl should not be compared to cocaine. This after former President Rodrigo Duterte and President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. had thrown accusations to each other. Dante Amento tells us why.
A burning issue erupted after former President Rodrigo Duterte revealed on Sunday, January 28, that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is allegedly an addict or using cocaine. PBBM, on the other hand, responded that former President Duterte's statement may be due to being addicted to fentanyl. However, former presidential spokesman Harry Roque emphasized that PBBM should answer the accusation straightforward instead of making a separate accusation. Roque further said fentanyl should not be compared to cocaine.
Mahal po natin ang Presidente Marcos. Pero pag meron po pagkakataon na kinakailangan magbigay ng impormasyon, dapat sagutin ng matino.
Fentanyl is legal and can be used through a doctor's prescription as former PRRD did. Cocaine, meanwhile, is illegal and has bad effect on a person's decision-making.
Ang tanong, gumagamit ka ba ng pinagbabawal na droga na pulburon? Hindi po pwedeng ang sagot, gumagamit ng fentanyl ang presidente. Una-una, hindi naman po tinanggihan ni presidente. Inamin talaga niya yan.
Presidential sister Senator Amy Marcos evaded to jump into the issue.
Naku, hindi na ako kasali doon. Bahala na sila, kayang-kaya na nila yun. Nakakaloka, yun lang ang masa.
Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
House leaders are urging senators not to waste time and to pass the resolution of both houses, number 6, urgently. Meanwhile, Speaker Martin Romualdez has advised his cousin, Senator Amy Marcos, to seize the conflict and emphasize that there is no need to be rude. The call for civility comes in the aftermath of Senator Marcos's heated remarks concerning the People's Initiative campaign. Rosalie Cos will tell us why.
The House leaders are appealing to the Senate to focus their attention on passing resolution of both houses number 6, which aims to amend the economic provisions of the 1987 Constitution. This call for attention comes in the wake of the Commission on Elections or COMELEC suspending proceedings related to the People's Initiative campaign.
There is only one sure way to stop that People's Initiative. And this I appeal to our friends in the Senate. You pass your RBH6 and the House of Representatives will welcome it. You transmit it to us, we will welcome it with two open arms. Version nyo na. Kayo na bahala, magbalangkas kung anong version gusto nyo, anong economic provision. You pass RBH6, the People's Initiative will be dead in the water.
Yung abolition, mawawala yung Senado. Kung narinig niyo po ako, guni-guni niyo lang po yun. Wala po sa isip namin yun.
For lawmakers in the House of Representatives, the ongoing Senate hearing on the People's Initiative campaign is deemed as a waste of time.
Yes, it's a circus. I mean, multi-academic na eh. Nag-rule na yung COMELEC kahapon and bank. Kasi another stumbling block na naman to na ginawa ng Senate para umusad na naman yung diskusyon sa charter amendments. So, I hope it's not a political strategy that they're employing to delay discussion on charter amendments.
Huwag na natin pag-aksayahan tong panahon dyan sa ating Senate investigation. Kasi sinabi na ng COMELEC, tigilan na eh. So, magtrabaho na tayo. Let's walk the talk.
Speaker Martin Romualdez once again denied allegations of involvement in vote buying related to the People's Initiative campaign. He also reiterated he has not led any signature campaign. Meanwhile, the House leader has responded to the heated remarks of his cousin, Senator Amy Marcos, on the People's Initiative campaign to amend the Philippine Constitution. He appeals to her to stop the conflict and focus on their work. The Speaker also told Senator Marcos that there's no need to be rude. He expressed openness to engaging in meaningful discussions with Senator Marcos to address any concerns and issues for the betterment of the country. However, Senator Amy responds to Speaker Romualdez.
Ceasefire daw. Wala daw bastusan. Siya naman ang nagsabi, walang pake ang Senado. Ayan. Siya nag-umpisa. Nung inugali ko, yung ugali niya, umiiyak siya.
Rosa Licoz, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Former Senator Leila de Lima has expressed a belief that there is a potential for a shift in President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s stance concerning the International Criminal Court, or ICC, despite his previous assertion that the government cannot intervene in this matter. De Lima emphasized the importance of cooperation with the ICC, stating that such collaboration would facilitate the resolution of the issue at hand.
Mas maganda sana if the government cooperates. But kung ganyan ang stance nila ngayon, nakakalungkot yan, pero that won't stop the ICC process.
She underscored her concern regarding the ongoing dynamics between Marcos and President Duterte, highlighting its potential impact on the public and the nation. Senator De Lima called for a swift resolution to this situation, expressing the hope that the focus can then shift towards addressing substantial challenges faced by the country, including issues such as poverty, corruption, inflation, and others.
And for the news abroad. In a recent development, an Israeli intelligence dossier has accused some employees of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, or UNRWA, of participating in abductions and killings during the October 7th raid that triggered the Gaza war. The 6-page document claims that around 190 UNRWA employees, including teachers, have allegedly served as members of Hamas or Islamic Jihad, providing names and pictures for 11 individuals. Annie Mancilia tells us why live. Yes, Annie?
Orally, the dossier reportedly compiled by Israeli intelligence and shared with the United States has led to the suspension of funding for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, or UNRWA, by major donors, including Germany. The set of documents allege specific instances of misconduct, such as a school counselor assisting his son in abducting a woman during the Hamas infiltration that led to 1,200 casualties and 253 kidnappings. The United Nations spokesman Stefan Dujarric addressed the issue on Monday, January 29, stating that they have not officially received a copy of the dossier. However, the Palestinian Authority has countered the accusations, asserting that Israel is manipulating information to tarnish UNRWA's reputation. In response, UNRWA stated that it has terminated some staff and is conducting internal investigations into the allegations. In addition, over 10 countries have halted their financial support, posing a significant challenge for an agency that plays a crucial role in providing assistance to over half of the Gaza's 2.3 million Palestinians. UNRWA has also warned that it will be unable to sustain its operations in Gaza and across the region beyond the end of February if funding is not resumed with UN. Secretary General Antonio Guterres is scheduled to meet with UNRWA donors in New York to address the funding crisis. Meanwhile, Israeli Foreign Minister Israel Katz has called for the resignation of UNRWA head Philip Lazzarini, accusing the employees of participating in the October 7 massacre. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shtayyeh denounced Israel's actions as a premeditated political attack on UNRWA and urged the restoration of aid funds. Back to you, Arlen.
Thank you, Annie.
Akbayan President Rafaela David assured the public that come the next election, there will be an alternative choice. While no specific names were mentioned, David pledged that ordinary citizens will emerge victorious, steering away from the familiar political figures of the ruling class. The Akbayan Party stands firm in its belief that a collaboration between democratic forces and progressive groups can thwart threats to the Constitution. According to David, this alliance is crucial in holding the Dutertes accountable.
We need to provide an alternative kung saan ang bida ay mga ordinaryong mamamayan, hindi mga pamilya ng mga higanting political clans. No? So napakahalaga na tayo, kasama ang Akbayan at iba pang mga grupo, civil society at sectoral groups, ipakita na ang mga ordinaryong mamamayan ay nagsasama-sama din at nagpapakita na mayroong ibang mga pamamaraan at ibang klase ng politika na kung saan sila ang panalo at hindi sila nanonood lang ng political drama.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. recently addressed a range of pressing political issues, shedding light on his relationship with Vice President Sara Duterte and expressing his stance on the advocated charter change. In a notable disclosure, the president shared that he is presently consulting legal experts on the matter of economic charter change. Nel Maribuhok will tell us why.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Vice President Sara Duterte's good relationship remains intact. This is the president's response amidst the current issues being thrown at PBBM by former President Rodrigo Duterte and other issues hounding PBBM and Dutertes.
It's exactly the same because she hasn't said anything of that nature, and wala naman siyang sinasabi na ganyang klase, so hindi naman nagbabago.
The president emphasized that VP Sara will remain in the position as the Secretary of the Department of Education. According to the president, the UNITEAM still persists.
I think so. I believe so. Because if you remember, UNITEAM is not just one party or two parties or three parties. It's the unification of all hopefully all the political forces in the Philippines to come together for the good of the country. And that is still there. It is still vibrant. It is still working.
Meanwhile, regarding the issue on people's initiative to amend the Constitution, according to the President, he is unaware of its current status and whether it remains an option for charter change. On PBBM's side, according to him, he is currently consulting legal experts regarding the matter of charter change.
We have been in continuous discussion with both houses in the recent days. In fact, before I left, I met with our legal luminaries and tried to find a way. Dahil naman ang habol ko talaga dyan are the economic provisions that I have been talking about this for many years already. So napupunta sa ibang usapan at nagagamit na pampolitika itong issue na ito. So I have asked the leaders of both houses, and again some of the best constitutional minds that we have in the Philippines, to come up with a simpler solution that does not cause so much controversy.
According to PBBM, upon his return to the country from Vietnam, this is what he will attend to. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The entirety of the Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines asserts their unwavering loyalty to the Constitution. In response to this allegiance, they've conveyed that conducting a loyalty check within their ranks is deemed unnecessary. This affirmation comes in the wake of a call from former President Rodrigo Duterte urging the police and military to take a stand against the People's Initiative and to defend the Constitution. Leila Ilagan will tell us why.
In the aftermath of former President Rodrigo Duterte's call for the Philippine National Police and Armed Forces of the Philippines to defend the Constitution against the People's Initiative, both institutions have made a resolute statement. They assert that a loyalty check within their ranks is unnecessary. PNP Public Information Office Chief Police Colonel Jean Fajardo said the police force remains apolitical, staying focused on their work for the peace and order of the country.
Palagi pong pinapaalala ng ating Chief PNP na dapat laging isa puso at isa isip ng ating mga pulis na dapat alam natin yung ating mandato. Ang ating mandato ay to enforce the law at respect the rule of law. At yan pa rin po yung gagawin po ng inyong pambansang pulisya po.
Similarly, the Armed Forces of the Philippines emphasizes that their ranks are professional and non-partisan.
So we'll be continuing to have our focus in terms of yung ating mission po, no, to end our local terrorist insurgency problem and transition ultimately to territorial defense.
Both institutions have emphasized that they do not actively monitor any manifesto of retired officers opposing the People's Initiative.
So kakapatan po nila yan at nire-respeto po natin. Ang lagi lang nating ipinapakiusap ay wag na po na sana lang idamay pa yung mga nasa aktibo pang serbisyo, and we respect their rights and democratic space po. Pwede po nating ibigay sa kanila yan, but it does not mean that this is the sentiment of the active police officers, particularly in the PNP po.
We would be speaking in behalf of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. So as to the side of outside entities, sir, we cannot comment on that, sir.
However, in a candid admission, the AFP disclosed that they have activated their counterintelligence group tasked with pursuing those who may attempt to sabotage the government.
Yung sa mandate po nila is counter-sabotage, counter-espionage. So whatever it is po that is deemed necessary to fulfill their mission, they will be performing such.
The call of a loyalty check within the police and military ranks re-emerged after former President Duterte's call to action against the proposed People's Initiative of the current administration. Leila Ilagan, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
A group pushing for People's Initiative to amend the Constitution admits coordinating with Congressmen and House Speaker Martin Romualdez to gather the needed signatures for the movement. Harleen Delgado details why.
As the Senate Committee on Electoral Reforms and People's Participation begins its inquiry on the alleged bribery for People's Initiative, a group that spearheaded a signature campaign admits asking the House leadership and several congressmen for help in securing the number of signatures needed to advance the movement. People's Initiative for Reform, Modernization and Action, or PIRMA lead convener Noel Oñate confirms meeting with House Speaker Martin Romualdez and other congressmen to discuss the People's Initiative. This comes after the committee's chairperson, Senator Amy Marcos, revealed a screenshot of a message showing a photo of Oñate with Romualdez and other House members during their meeting on January 8 at Romualdez's house.
You said you never met the Speaker, nor Mr. Saldico, our congressman. You're under oath, sir.
Yes, that was the time that I met with the Speaker.
Sasabi mo lang na hindi naman kayo nagkita. Sabi nyo sina Congressman Garbin lang.
Yeah, because you know, it slipped my mind. Madam Senator. That was the
Okay
time
lang,
that
okay lang.
that
Kung
I
nakalimutan
thought-
ninyo
that was the
bigla,
time that I-
it's very clear that Speaker Martin Romualdez is supporting your group po. He is all out behind the People's Initiative. Is that correct?
Yes, we coordinate with the Speaker and the
Thank you very
congressmen
much,
in
and I'll,
getting the
give it
3%
back
per
to-
congressional district. That's correct.
The group also denies involvement in vote buying and bribery for the initiative. Several witnesses from various localities testified before the committee the alleged promise of government aid in exchange of signing the forms and the payouts to those who aided the signing at the grassroots level.
Utos daw po yun ni BBM.
Utos
Yun po
ni
yung
BBM.
exact word.
Ay, ganon. At sumusunod lang sila.
Opo.
Kung utos ng Pangulo, ba't hindi ninyo sinunod?
Meron po akong freedom of choice. Bali po ang binigay sa amin, 1.5 po a day, tapos in advance po yung isang araw, bali 3,000 po yung natanggap namin.
Binigyan ba kayo ng ID nito, Change Philippines?
Binigyan po. Sabi yung baguhin daw yung economic.
The Senate panel will subpoena a certain attorney Anthony Abad, whose name appeared on the signature forms that were distributed to villages. The next hearing will be conducted in Davao, where more witnesses are expected to testify. Harleen Delgado, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
The Department of Health reports a decline in influenza-like illness across the country. The latest data from the health agency reveals a recorded 4,279 cases of influenza-like illness for the year 2024. Notably, there has been a significant 15% decrease in the past 3 to 4 weeks, with 6,266 cases compared to the 7,356 cases reported 2 weeks prior. Influenza-like illness, or ILI, is a syndrome characterized by a combination of fever and respiratory symptoms. According to the Department of Health, the most common detected causes of ILI in the country are influenza, SARS-CoV-2, the virus responsible for COVID-19, and the human rhinovirus.
And in other global news, in the wake of a deadly drone attack in Jordan, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin vowed on Monday, January 29th, that the United States will take all necessary actions to defend its troops. This pledge comes in the wake of a tragic incident on Sunday that claimed the lives of 3 U.S. soldiers and left over 40 troops wounded. Despite this resolute response, the Biden administration has made it clear that their intention is not to escalate the situation further. Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh underscored the administration's position, stating that the United States does not seek war with Iran and believes that Iran shares the same sentiment. The recent spate of attacks targeting U.S. troops in Iraq, Syria, and now Jordan has intensified political pressure on President Biden to address the situation directly with Iran. As the United States investigates the drone attack in Jordan, questions arise about the capability and readiness of nearly 350 troops stationed at the Jordanian base. A 16% increase in sales to foreign governments was seen in U.S. military arms exports, reaching a staggering $238 billion. Paul Gatchalian tells us why.
The United States companies saw a rise of $157.5 billion in direct military arms sales in 2023. A notable increase from the $153.6 billion recorded in the previous year. The U.S. government-organized sales also experienced a surge, climbing to $80.9 billion from $51.9 billion in fiscal 2022. The State Department of the United States emphasizes that the export and sales of American military arms play a pivotal role in shaping the nation's foreign policy with far-reaching implications for both national and global security. Currently, the approved sales for the year consist of $10 billion worth of high-mobility artillery rocket systems to Poland and $2.8 billion worth of air-to-air missiles to Germany and surface-to-air missile systems to Ukraine. Foreign governments seeking to bolster their defense capabilities have two primary avenues for acquiring U.S. military arms: through direct commercial sales negotiated with American companies or through direct communication with the U.S. Department of Defense. Looking ahead, the current sales trajectory suggests a rising demand for artillery rounds, Patriot missile interceptors, and armored vehicles. These orders, already numbering in the hundreds of thousands, reflect an evolving landscape where nations are increasingly Gatchalian, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe. I am Oralyn Quijano, live from Toronto, Canada. Good evening.
The National Security Council has announced that the delivery of supersonic cruise missiles from India to the country is scheduled for March. This underscores the strategic importance of this acquisition, highlighting the nation's commitment to bolstering its defense capabilities. JP Nunez will tell us why.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines is poised for a significant leap in its defense capabilities, marking a momentous occasion in the nation's security landscape. National Security Council Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya recently announced the delivery of the Philippines' first ever supersonic cruise missiles, scheduled to arrive by March. Notably, the ground system supporting these missiles is expected to be delivered within the next 10 days. It was part of the almost 19 billion peso deal with the Indian government to procure the BrahMos missiles back in 2022.
Madi-deliver na po yung ating unang supersonic cruise missile, no?
Okay.
Yung BrahMos na binili natin sa India.
Malaya calls the supersonic missiles as a credible defense posture of the country. He explains that it will give a signal to other countries that the Philippines has its assets to protect its own territory.
Ito pong BrahMos missile na ito ay may bilis na Mach 2.8. Almost twice the speed of sound. This is a quantum leap in terms of our capabilities ng ating armed forces. And this is the first export of India of this particular missile.
Malaya said that the missiles will be used by the Marine Coastal Defense Regiment. There will be 3 batteries of cruise missiles, which is part of the Horizon 2, a modernization program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
A noteworthy achievement, Wish 1075 has been recognized as the most outstanding FM station during the 6th Gawad La Salañeta held yesterday. This recognition is a testament to the station's impact as both an inspiration and a platform for students to navigate and alleviate the challenges they face in their studies. Gladys Tuwabi reports.
The winner is none other than Wish 107.5.
For the sixth consecutive time, Wish 107.5 has once again been recognized by the 6th Gawad La Salinata, initiated by De La Salle Araneta University. This year, the FM station has been awarded as the most outstanding FM station for its unique concept of promoting original Filipino music, reflecting the life and culture of Filipinos.
Sobrang nakakataba ng puso and truly inspiring kasi mga students yung bumoto sa Wish 107.5 as the best FM radio station of the year. Inspirasyon namin sila para mas pagbutihin pa yung craft namin. Siguro ramdam nila na yung Wish 107.5 para talaga sa tao. Kasi yung mga charity na tinutulungan, yung mga Wish Music Awards na hindi lang awards night, kundi mga charity rin yung tinutulungan. Kaya ramdam nila yung pagmamahal ng Wish rin. Platform ng OPM ang Wish Pass. So marami pa tayong i-discover ng mga raw talents na mag-shine pa, hindi lang dito, internationally na.
The awarding body aims to acknowledge outstanding and influential communicators in the media industry who can serve as good examples to the youth.
Kailangan kasi ng De La Salle Araneta University ng para mga inspiring idols. Kaya namin ito ginagawa taon-taon para malaman nila kung sino ang dapat nilang idolohin. Pinaka number one reason namin is not just for our students but also for the awardees para maramdaman nila that they are the best among the rest. Actually, ang Wish ay malapit na maging Hall of Famer. So, konting steps na lang ay nandun na tayo sa Hall of Fame Award. Karamihan ng mga kabataan natin ngayon ay nasa social media na. The effort that Wish FM pours into creating contents that are of quality are really outstanding.
Students, teachers, and alumni of the university participated by voting online. Sheila Cabidog, the head of Gawad La Salinata, highlighted that the music shared by Wish 107.5 has contributed significantly to alleviating stress and challenges that youth face with their studies.
Ang musika talaga ay hindi lang parte ng buhay. Sabi nga nila, music is life. So talagang sa Wish FM nila, nakukuha ang buhay na yon sa hirap ng academics nila, sa pakikinig nila sa Wish FM, kahit pa paano naiibsan ang mga hirap na dinaranas nila sa kanilang mga aralin dito sa paaralan.
In addition to this recognition, Wish 107.5 DJs have been nominated as the most outstanding female and male digital radio broadcasters. Wish 107.5, known as the only FM station on wheels, travels to different provinces of the country and even abroad, providing Filipino and international artists a chance to showcase their talents. The station has become a platform for OPM to discover undiscovered gems in the music industry. Most importantly, Wish 107.5 does not only promote music, but is also anchored with charity. Other UNTV programs are also nominated in different categories during the 6th Gawad La Salinata. Good Morning Kuya is nominated as the most outstanding morning show, with the GMK host nominated as the most outstanding morning show host. UNTV Radio is among the nominees for the most outstanding radio station, while Get It Straight with Danielle Razon is nominated as the most outstanding current affairs talk show. Kuya Danielle Razon is nominated as the most outstanding current affairs talk show host. UNTV expresses its commitment to continue using its platform in the media for the benefit of the youth and public services. Gladys Tuwabi, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Our Kasangbahay, As the world faces these trying times amid the various challenges and uncertainties, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity from Monday to Friday, 9:30 p.m. Philippine time, through the social media accounts of the Members Church of God International. And before we close, we will leave you with the word giving glory to God from the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. It says, "Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law." And those are the reasons behind the news, January 30, 2024. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. I am Mavian Dog, live from Australia. Because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am Marvi Delphin, live from Australia. We serve the people, we give glory to God.